All the way back in June 2023, Xbox Game Pass sent me this, the PC Game Pass Keycap collection. So I never ended up doing a video on it, so this is kind of to make up for that. But yeah, let's jump into it and check out exactly what is on offer in this little box here.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
So first of all, I just want to say that this was a giveaway that was held all that time ago over on PC Game Pass's official Twitter. And yeah, I was fortunately one of the winners. I believe there was a few. I may be wrong there, but in any case, let's get into the actual keycaps, because these are honestly some of my prized possessions in terms of like gaming merchandise. It's so unusual, I suppose, to have won something like this at all. To have something like this in your possession is honestly something just so cool. But yeah, opening it up immediately, we do see it's by Keycaps, which are a brand keycap company, and opening it up, we get a bit of a taste of exactly what we're getting inside. So up top, we do have a little thing saying PC Game Pass, play these games and hundreds more of PC Game Pass with new titles added all the time. And we do get a taste of the games included. So we have Forza Motorsport, League of Legends, Minecraft Legends, Redfall, and Starfield, which at the time had not been out that long. And once again, some more flavor text. PC Game Pass to celebrate the great games available now or coming soon to PC Game Pass, where we've created a series of custom PC keycaps inspired by a handful of titles, including Minecraft Legends, Forza Motorsport, Starfield, Redfall, and League of Legends. And the interesting thing to me, more than anything else, is the fact that Redfall is here. Because if you don't know, the studio that made Redfall doesn't exist anymore. Xbox did actually close them down since I got this. And yeah, Redfall was a recent release as well at the time, so kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, at least 3 of these are, you know, very much alive and well, that being Forza, League, and Starfield. Legends, not so much. Redfall is kind of dead, but, you know, we still love what we have here. So, opening up the flap here, we get a taste of the actual keycaps themselves. And once again, more stuff. I have used this code already, unfortunately. As I say, I think it probably would be expired by now. But yeah, as I say, at Xbox Game Pass PC, this isn't sponsored, though obviously they did send this out to me. Very, very cool. And yeah, let's just go through one by one with each of the keycaps. So starting out with the Forza Motorsport wheel that we have here, it is very much just a tyre design that has the Forza logo in the middle. Unfortunately, and this is how I actually got it to begin with, it is a little bit scuffed up, really unfortunate, but honestly, this is an excellent little keycap. It's a little bit of a weird shape, you know, having a rounded keycap is pretty unusual in my experience, but honestly, the quality of it is really nice, even if it is slightly chipped. I really like all these keycaps, but this is up there as one of my favorites. This and, well, we'll get to it, but this and one other are definitely up there as my actual favorites. And, you know, Forza is one of my favorite series. I'm far more a fan of Horizon than Motorsport, but it has to be said, the games are all great. They are some of my favorite racing games, you know, besides, you know, kart races, I suppose. But yeah, this is just an excellent little keycap. Very detailed. You got the entire tire track on it as well. Just a lot of good details on it. And yeah, just very nice. And just as a little added thing, just because it's worth mentioning, it is magnetized, which does mean that technically the wheel does rotate despite despite the actual key itself not rotating. So if you have, I unfortunately have a pretty bad keyboard in terms of locking, but yeah, if you are locked in place, you can just rotate the wheel still, which is pretty cool enough itself. And next up, we have the keycap for League of Legends, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know League very well at all. I'm not a fan of League by any means. I do not know what this creature is. But isn't it so adorable? And I think in terms of detail, this one probably is the highest. You know, as all the fur detail, the rock, the various different paint applications that are on it. It is honestly such a nice keycap. And yeah, I love this little fur ball. I have no clue what it actually is, as I said, but yeah, the little horns on him, it's like the big tongue. It's a very cute design. I just wish I had any real understanding or knowledge on what this thing is. I'm not a League fan. I've played a little bit before, but not enough to actually know anything about it. And from what I did play, it's not exactly great. I don't love League. I'm not a fan of those sorts of games in general. But yeah, League is definitely not one that's high on my list. But this thing is absolutely lovely, and I'm sure if someone that wasn't me that actually does enjoy League had this, they'd be very, very happy. But yeah, I still like this thing. I think it's really cute. I just have no frame of reference for what exactly it is. But that brings us to Minecraft Legends, and I will say all the little scuff marks and stuff are because this has actually been my escape key since I got them. I love this one. This is my favourite. Obviously, it's a piglin from Legends, so that's why the kind of art style to it is a little bit wonky. You know, you've got the offset of everything, which is very much a Legends, iconography sort of thing. But yeah, this guy is excellent, and it is probably the most standard of all these keys. It's pretty flat on top, it's square. There's nothing really too different from like a standard key. In fact, if I just take off my escape key off my keyboard, it's not far off being like a similar size thing. It's a little bit, flatter, it's a little bit shorter, and in some ways I think it's actually a little bit wider. But yeah, for the most part, this is a pretty standard keycap that you can see here. And yeah, this thing is lovely. Being a huge Minecraft fan in general, including other spin-offs, as much as they have very much stopped being supported in more recent times, I really do like myself some Minecraft stuff, and piglins are a very cool mob indeed. So yeah, having this guy on my keyboard for, going on a year, nearly 2 years, in fact, in a lot of ways, has been lovely. I do really like this one, and this is genuinely my favorite from the entire batch. I do love this guy, but yeah, my little piglin, love it. And moving on to Redfall, this is an interesting one. First off, it says Redfall on it, has the actual logo on it. None of the others have had that up till now, which is kind of interesting enough itself. But yeah, we very much just have some vampire fangs potentially biting into some flesh, maybe? It's kind of hard to tell. I've always struggled with what exactly this is, because obviously on the top it's kind of like gross and as if like, the vampire's been, I don't even know, like beheaded through the top or something. It's kind of interesting like that. But yeah, it's a very weird design, and honestly, if it didn't say Redfall on both the packaging and obviously on the keycap itself, I would be at a loss, maybe thinking it's Doom, something like that. But yeah, it's a very interesting design. Once again, a little bit more standard design, though. It does have the arch on the top, and with it not being flat at the top, it has these little indents. It is a bit different. I wouldn't exactly call this a standard keycap, but yeah, the detail on this one, once again, absolutely excellent. Like, you can see the different shades in the flesh. There's the detail around the teeth there, which is honestly so horrifically gross. But yeah, there is a lot of detail on it to say that this is for not only a game that for the most part has been seen as pretty lackluster, but also like it is such a weird concept. Like, I'm sure they could have thought of something better. I can't right now, but like surely there's a better option for what they could make a Redfall keycap. But yeah, definitely an interesting little piece of merchandise, and the fact that Redfall is, the way it is, in terms of being an actual game that kind of failed and fell off the face of the earth in a lot of ways, killed its studio, in fact. Yeah, this is a really weird piece of little gaming history, I suppose, that I think a lot of people would tend to appreciate. I definitely appreciate owning it, as weird as it is, but yeah, not one of my favourites in this little set. And that leaves us with the keycap for Starfield, which, this is awesome. Like, honestly, even as someone who has of yet not actually played Starfield, like, I have it, I own it, I have downloaded it, I just never started playing it, this is lovely. This is absolutely excellent, and the details on this one, I think, are second to none. Like, it's so... There's so many little things on it, just the little vents on it, all across the back as well. Like, elements that you just probably wouldn't see in day-to-day use of this keycap. You have a lovely print of the Starfield logo there, and yeah, just the little buttons and stuff. There's so much little detail and so much, like, etching within it. It is very, very nice to hold, and, once again, a little bit of a standard layout. It is flat on top, it's, square. It's, a little bit more standard, but honestly, it has so much detail to it that I don't even mind. I do almost feel like, and, I've definitely tried many a time, it feels like it should open. It feels like there should be some sort of functionality for it to actually lift up. There isn't. I have tried it many a time, but yeah, definitely a beautifully designed keycap. And honestly, this is honestly a highlight in so many ways. Once again, Starfield being such like a historic release in many ways, it's so cool to own a piece of that history. And yeah, in general, this is such a nice keycap. And you know, I don't like to replace keycaps too often. I like to keep them pretty standardized, within reason, of course, but there's a reason why the only one that I've said I use is the Piglin, which has been my escape key, is because the escape key is the only one that I've actually switched out. And yeah, if I was going to be using this, it probably would be, once again, as the escape key, or maybe a function, something that isn't overly used. I don't want to touch this too much. You know, you saw, you know, just how much use the Piglin's got, and how damaged it's become just from being the escape key. Like, it's not even the most used key on the keyboard by any stretch of the imagination, and yet, like, that's a lot of chipping, you know? I don't want to ruin these things. I think they are too valuable, like, in a sentimental way. Like, I don't think these are really that monetary value. Like, the rarity of them, of course, but, like, at the end of the day, these mean so much to me as someone who, you know, has been pretty much a lifelong fan of Xbox, someone that has forever been, you know, integrated into the Xbox branding since the 360 days. I love Xbox. I love the Xbox branding. You know, I have so much little bits and bobs from Xbox history, and this is just another lovely element of that. But with that being said, that is it for my little showcase of the PC Game Pass keycap collection, which, as I say, I believe was either made in, like, only a few of them exist, or potentially this may actually be the only one in existence, which I'll put on screen if that is actually the case, but I believe there are a few of them that were made. But yeah, it is a beautiful little thing, and as I keep saying, it's gaming history in a lot of ways. You know, this is a commemorative of a very specific time for Xbox, when they were really pushing PC Game Pass, and you know, they still are to this day, obviously. It's not like PC Game Pass doesn't exist anymore. I have been an on and off subscriber to PC Game Pass. I really do think the service is worth it in so many ways. And yeah, it's just having something like this. It sits on my shelf behind me. I obviously don't do too much camera content and stuff, but it is visible when I do have the camera. And yeah, there's just so many things about this that just make me happy. Just knowing that I have this, just being one of the, you know, lucky people to have actually managed to get my hands on some Xbox keycaps, like official Xbox keycaps, is just amazing. But yeah, with that being said, that is going to be it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new, and ring the bell so you never miss upload. Otherwise, comment below your thoughts and feelings on this, as first off as a giveaway prize, but secondly just like as a thing that exists. Like, what do you think of it? Do you like the game selection? Do you think the designs are good? Do you know what that League of Legends creature is? Because as I say, I'm not a League fan. I don't know. But yeah, in any case, it's going to be it from me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but worlds divide. I just wanna take